Hi everyone, Amanda here. Today I have another really great about 30-minute mat class for you. A little mix of everything. We'll be doing some great mobilizing and breathing, also some opening and strengthening through the hip joint as well as upper back and shoulders. So there's a little bit of everything. It'll be about 30 minutes. A great quick class for you today. So we're going to go ahead and get started sitting back on your knees. So I have like my feet together, my knees about, slightly wider than my hip joints, just so I'm in like a nice, comfortable, seated position here. Hands are just resting on top of my thighs. We're just gonna start with a nice full breath in. So in that comfortable seated position, let's just take a nice big inhale. Feeling the chest rise, the rib cage expand. And then just exhaling out through the mouth, softening through the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, maybe feeling that gentle brace of the abdominal wall waking up. And again, another big inhale. And then exhaling out through the mouth, feeling that gentle lift through the pelvic floor, a gentle hug and wrap through the rib cage. Now as we inhale, we're going to let the rib cage lift, we're going to let the pelvis rock forward, and we're going to extend the spine. And now as we exhale, we're going to rock back, rocking and rounding the spine and rocking that pelvis back. We inhale, shift forward, lift, extend, and then exhale, rock back. Now think of opening through the front rib cage, stretching and opening through the back rib cage. In, exhale. 3, and back. This is 2, and back. This is 1. Good, and back. Now we're stopping center. Now with the rib cage, we're going to do little circles. We're going to shift forward, side, back, and around. Just feel that rib cage. We're making little circles, feeling this nice shift and rotation. In. Inhaling to start the circle, exhaling to finish around. And you can play with the speed of these. Just think of really waking up through the mid, upper back, reversing it here. Circle around and back. Circle around and back. To start to feel really nice as we keep moving through. 2 more. 2. Good. Around. 1 and around. We're going to come now onto all fours. So we have our elbows extended underneath our shoulders. And we're going to keep that little turned out position. So again, my feet are together, my knees are slightly outside the hip. And then from here, just go ahead and walk the hands actually forward a little bit of the shoulders. Now we're going to, again, mobilize a little more through the hip and through the spine. We're going to shift back as far as we can keep a nice neutral position. So feel this long stretch. And then to come forward, we're going to tuck the tail. We're going to round through the spine, just the way we're at our start position, and then we release out. So it's this inhale, back, long line, exhale, curl, lift, and then release. Kind of fluid motion back, really curl up, and then lengthen out. Back, round up, and release. 3 more here. 3. Tuck, lift, and lengthen out. 2. This is great for the morning. Coming up, lengthen out. Last 1. Lift, lengthening out. Now we're going to bring our legs so we're parallel. And then we're going to work a little internal rotation. So now I'm picking up my feet, rotating my femurs inward. So my knees kind of turn in, my feet come out. And I'm just going to shift back here, shift forward, and then rotate back parallel. And then out again. Shifting back, and this is stretching through the back of the pelvis. That's it, coming in. Internally rotate, feeling this nice width through the sitting bones. Through this again, back, top of the pelvis, coming forward, back parallel. Try not to let the tail tuck under, try not to lose the head, keeping the head balanced in between the shoulders. In, we're going to do this one more time. Shift back, keeping this long line coming forward, coming back here. And now we're going to take that left knee. We're going to bring it in a little bit. We're going to take that right leg. We're going to externally rotate and we're going to cross. So like your right ankle is right on top of your left ankle. Check in with your body here. Think strong arms pressing down into the mat. We have this gentle lift through the abdominal wall to support the spine. Now from here, we use that glute to extend that right hip and then coming right back down. Maintaining that external rotation, keeping equal weight on both hands. We should feel, because we spent some time warming up the hips, opening up the pelvis, mobilizing the spine, this nice sense of length through the body, not super rigid, not super tight. Allowing for this nice sense of mobility through the hip, this nice sense of length through the spine. 4, down, 3, down, 2, 1. Now we're here. Now we're going to rotate to parallel and then start to internally rotate, and we're going to cross behind that left leg. You can shift back a little, get a nice stretch through the glutes, and then shift forward, we lift and externally rotate. Again, rotate and take your time here. Feel that deep stretch. And then forward, turn out. Turn in, stretch, forward, turn out. That's it. Turn and cross. Nice. And turn out. Nice. Even though it feels good, mobilizing through the hips, we're also packing just a little bit of heat, especially through that left side, because that left glute, right, is working to help stabilize the pelvis. 2 more here. 2. And out. Last 1. Out and stay. Now just lengthen that knee. So we're extending through that long line. Turn up. Connect through that right glute, and we're doing little lifts up here for 8. Not so much that we sink into the lower back for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good. This is 2. This is 1. Now you're going to bend that knee. We're going to think of pulling it all the way up towards your right shoulder to then placing that foot down. Now if you're on a mat, so I'm on my reformer bed, so I only have so much width here. If you're on a mat, you can let that leg kind of come out slightly outside your shoulder so you have this nice wide stance here. Hands are down. So we're kind of in a runner's lunge, but now I just want you to be able to shift forward, getting this nice almost adductor, hamstring, glute stretch through that right side, this nice hip flexor stretch through the left. And just let yourself open. Enjoy that stretch, feeling the pelvic floor almost relax here. Opening nice and wide. all that work, right, enjoying a little bit of a release. And then we're just gonna shift ourselves back. We bring that right knee in a little towards center. Reset that upper body. We're repeating this on the left side. We're turned out at that left hip. Ankle is crossed over the right. We turn on that left glute now. And we extend. And down. Lift. And down. Connect up. Squeeze, lift, and lower. This is 4. Down. 3. Beautiful. Down. Up 2. Nice. Up 1. Hold it here. Now we rotate through parallel. We cross behind. Gently squeeze. We can do that little shift back. And then come forward for that turn out through the hip. Lift. Rotate, cross, little shift back, come forward and turn out. Rotate, back, forward, beautiful, lift. Check in through the abdominals. Check in with that upper body. Make sure that weight is even on both hands. That's it. In. Cross, little adductor squeeze, and out. Keep that length through the crown of the head. Forward lift. 2 more. See if your range of motion can start to increase as you start to trust and understand the movement and trust the body. Come in, cross, little shift, lift up. Turn out, stay. Now extend through that knee. Feel the crown of the head reaching long, maybe a little bit further as well. Turn on that left glute. Little pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, 1. And start to bend. Pull that knee in. Place that foot down, again slightly turned out, outside the shoulder. Hands can walk forward, let yourself sit. Enjoy that release. Enjoy the stretch. Lifting through the chest. Again, almost think of relaxing the abdominal wall here, relaxing through the pelvic floor. Nice, and then coming back. Whew. Right glute, felt the work there. We're gonna come back now. So we're back to sitting. I'm sitting back on my heels, my thigh bones are parallel. I'm gonna start forward so you can kind of see the upper body, but I may switch to the sides here as we go into some upper body work. I'm gonna have my elbows lifted, so I'm thinking elbow in line with my shoulder. Rib cage here is also staying stacked right over the pelvis. Now as you connect through the glutes, we're gonna come up to a high kneel, and as we come up to that high kneel, we're gonna open the arms out to the side, right? But then from here, make sure that we still have that alignment of that neutral pelvis, rib cage stacked, sternum, shoulders, and head all in a nice alignment. That are not popping at the rib cage, are not dumping into the lower back, right? I have this nice sense of support through the back and front of the body. Then I'm gonna sit back, keeping that same alignment as I close my elbows in. So I'm creating my own resistance. I push back, and then I think of pulling forward. Push up, sit back, pull. And here again, we're getting that nice movement of the hip joint, that extension of the hip joint, flexion of the hip joint. We're opening through the chest, feeling a little bit of protraction through the shoulders here. We retract and protract. Waking up through that upper back. This is 4. Good, down. 3. And if this is not awesome through the knees, you could also just stay in one position and just work the shoulders. 1. Coming down now from here, we're gonna bend the elbows. Palms are in towards your chest. And now from here, we're gonna lift the hips off the heels. So we're just in a nice forward hinge position here. So I'm flexed at my hip, my spine is nice and neutral, and now I'm pressing the arms out to the side, rotating so my palms are facing back. And then I bend the elbows, bring them back in, palms face in. Straight in, push, and pull in. Keeping my rib cage soft here. In, push, and back. 4, in. Keeping energy through the arm, and in. This is 2. This is 1. Holding here. Now maintain this hinge. We're going to increase the lever just a little bit by bringing those arms up overhead. Palms face forward. This position here, right, is challenging our rib cage. We feel a nice elevation through the shoulders. We still feel this reach through the sitting bones. You shouldn't feel any pulling through the lower back. The abdominals from the front are helping to support the back. And then we're going to come into that hip extension again as we press the arms. Back by the hips, and then sit back, feel that long reach. That's it, press up and back. Press, lift. Good, and sit. Press, lift, and sit. 4 more here. Up, 4, and sit. 3. Good, back. Keep that long line. 2. Back. This is 1. Back and stay. Now come up to that hip extension. Arms are out to the side now. We're going to take that right leg, reach it out. We're going to tip to the side, coming into a nice side bend, side stretch here. So enjoying the sense of length again. This little bit of a release. And then from here, right, we're gonna lengthen out through the torso, kind of shifting our weight over a little bit to that left hand, left knee. So I kind of connected through that right oblique. Arm is just reaching overhead, and now my right leg is gonna float long and up. Now I'm bending, I'm pulling elbow to knee. And I'm going back into that little external rotation here. Rotate to parallel and reach. I'm pulling in and lengthening out. Pull in and reach. Pull in, back to that hip and shoulder mobility together. 4. Reach. 3. Out. This is 2. Good. Out. This is 1. We're going to hold it here. Now we're placing this foot down. It's turned out. We come up. Arms are out to the side. So kind of like before when we were going into that runner's lunge, we're going to lunge over now to that right side. We're going to come into a deep side stretch here. Hand comes down, big stretch again. Almost think of opening up, stretching through the adductor, stretching the pelvis, and then coming right back up nice and tall. Big stretch over, lunge, open, reach, and then push, coming right back up to vertical. Again, big stretch, up and over, pushing right back up last time. Lunge, hand, stretch, and then push, coming back up, bring that right knee in. Left leg reaches out, Arms come to the side, tipping over. We come into a big stretch here. Enjoying that little release. And then we connect. Think of almost shifting over a little bit towards that right hand, right knee, connecting through that top left oblique. Shoulder over the wrist, and then float that left leg up. We turn out, bend, and reach. Turn out, pull in, lengthen. In, nice, reach out, pull in, nice, try to keep that long line through the torso. In, last two, let me go into that nice stretch again. Last one, pulling in. Place that foot down, come up, arms out to the side, we lunge over. Big adductor stretch, side stretch, push, think bottom to top stacking, back up again. Big lunge, over, stretch, and push, draw up, come center again. Lunge, lean, open, release, push, coming back, one more time. Big lunge over, open, stretch, coming back, and center. All right, got my heart rate up a little bit. We're gonna grab, if you have a ball at home, we're gonna grab your small to medium stability ball. This could also be any ball, like a kid's play ball that you have around the house. If you don't have any ball at all, I did this at home as well. I just took 2 pillows and stacked them right on top of each other, and it worked just as well. So you can either grab those pillows, grab the ball, or even if you didn't want anything as well and just wanted to do like the ab prep deflection just from the mat, that was perfectly fine as well. So you're either lying on the mat, you're on your pillows, or you're on your ball, so that you're mid-back. My feet are in line here with my sitting bones, but then I'm gonna let, again, my hips, kind of sticking with our theme, just externally rotate here. I'm bringing my hands behind the head, and then I'm letting my rib cage just open up here. Getting this nice stretch, this nice opening, this nice release. Then I'm going to take a breath in, and then on my exhale, I'm now just going to go into an ab prep. So as I exhale, I fold and flex. I feel my rib cage gently wrap in and draw down. I may notice a slight lifting sensation through the pelvic floor, but I'm not gripping or tucking my tail under. And then I inhale, release. I exhale, fold and flex. And then I inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale, release. Exhale, fold and flex. Now as I come up, adding the hip, I'm going to rotate to parallel, noticing this connection through the adductors. Again, this lift through the pelvic floor, but not this grip and tuck. And then as I release, I open. I come up. Notice this drawing up and lifting sensation through the center of the body, and then release. Exhale, curl, lift, and release. 3 more here. 3, and release. This is 2, and release. This is 1. Releasing here, now going into obliques. Now that right knee comes in. I rotate and flex towards the right. Release. Come center to the left. Now I rotate, flex at my rib cage. Left knee comes in. And back. Right. Rotate, flex. Pelvis stays quiet. Lift. Nice. Take your time connecting with your body. Move with your breath. This is 5. 4 more here. Feel that midline connection, the internal and external oblique. This is 3. We have 2 more. 2. Last one. 1. And release. And then really take another second, let yourself go. Opening up the chest. Lengthening through the abdominal wall. We're going to curl up, grabbing behind the thighs. We're now going to take that ball, if you have it. We're going to lie back down. We're going to bring it behind the knee here. So we have a gentle squeeze once again. I'm going to move my pant leg. If you have your pillow, again, you can kind of fold your pillow in half and also place that behind the knee for a little bit of support here as well. We're down. We have the pelvis, again, centered and down on the mat. We're anchoring the left hip down. We're just going to let that right knee now turn out to the side. Kind of getting that adductor stretch. And then we're going to come through center. We're going to take that left hand, bring it to the outside of that right knee. And then we're going to cross over the midline. But on this side, we're going to allow the hip and the pelvis to rotate. Getting that beautiful stretch. Through the outside of the glute, that stretch through the back of the pelvis. And then we come back center. Release the arm, anchor the pelvis, externally rotate. Coming center, grab hand, let the hip and pelvis rotate here. And center. Drop out. And then it's kind of finding this nice like tick-tock pattern flowing right through. 2 more. 2. Hand. Good. Cross. Last. 1. Up. And cross. Rotate. And center. Grabbing hand to the side of the ball now. You're going to curl. We're rolling that ball up to either the calf or the ankle. If you have that pillow behind your calf or ankle, you're holding onto the ends. We're just going to do little bounces here now for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just let the leg go. Notice that nice release through the hip. We're going to go to that left side now, taking that ball or pillow, bringing it behind the knee. Starting with that right side, staying anchored. We let the leg externally rotate. We drop. We come center, right hand comes to the outside of the knee. We cross over, let the hip pelvis rotate with that nice stretch through the back. Nice. And center. Stabilize, externally rotate. Come up, cross over, hand to the outside of the knee. Rotate. And center. Drop. Up, cross, over, center. 2 more. 2, center. Last one. Feels so nice. Cross over. Coming center, lengthen, curl up. Roll that ball or pillow, and then pull it back here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let it go here. We're going to grab behind one thigh, rock and roll ourselves up. Last time coming back to how we started. Sitting back on our heels. Knees slightly outside the hips. If you have the ball, your hands are going to be on top of the ball. If you don't have the ball, you can bring your hands down and you'll just kind of walk them out to the mat. So we're going to take a breath in here. On that exhale, you're going to nod the chin. Begin to round the spine forward. Pushing that ball. If you don't have the ball, you're just kind of walking the hands out here. Then when you get to a place where you can't be grounded anymore without lifting the pelvis, I want you to begin to release the pelvis and come out just to a nice long line here. So my hands are on the ball. If you don't have the ball, your hands are just down here. And now before the beginning of the class, we kind of woke up the rib cage. I want you to focus in now on the pelvis and just start to tuck the tail and then release. Just feel the pelvis back and move forward. 2 more. I know it feels maybe a little silly, a little awkward. This is an area that sometimes we're used to isolating or used to even connecting with. Back. And now think of your pubic bone drawing a little circle. So just like we've circled through the rib cage, we're going to circle through the pelvis and release. Coming forward and release. 2. Release. 1. Now reverse it. Circle forward, left, and around. Circle forward, left, and around. Notice there's natural movement here now through the hip joint as well, through the lumbar spine. Curl, circle, release, and then begin to tuck the tail, rolling all the way back, and then just stacking the spine all the way up. Again, bottom to top. Thank you so much for joining me today. Feels really good. I hope that you enjoyed that workout. And I hope that you will join me here again for another workout soon. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, things that you would like to see, things that you would like to ask, please leave a comment or feel free to email at any time. I'm happy to chat with you guys. Thank you again, and I hope that you join me here soon.